At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. Man, in life, everything is about perspective. If you tell a man to go stand at the corner of a building and to look west and to tell you what he sees, he's going to give you one description. If you tell another man to go to the 10th floor of that same building and to tell you what he sees, he's going to give you another description. But if you tell a man to go to the roof of that exact same building and to tell you what he sees, his description is going to be completely different. Today, man, I want to talk about women in general, but from a point of clarity, from a higher point of view, if you will. See, I always talk about the 5 and the 95% of women. I always say that 95% of women ain't shit, and then I say that only 5% of women are unicorns. But I think it's time that I kind of elaborate on the differences between the two. Three words, man. Unicorns do exist. Not only do they exist, I'm going to tell you exactly where you can find them. See, first thing we have to do, man, we have to unfuck our minds, right? See, television, music videos, movies, society, they've all fucked us into thinking that life was a certain way. And see, this is where the ball has been dropped, right? It comes down to really knowing the difference between lust and attraction. See, a man, you know, we can be at a Trader Joe's, man, doing a little grocery shopping, and you can see some fine woman coming down your aisle, man. She might have her hair up in a bun, or she might have the afro flowing and some workout pants on, or some tight-fitting dress, some wedges, got her nails done, she's smelling good. And in a matter of about 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds, this is what is going through your mind. You're thinking about having sex with that woman. You're thinking about spending time with that woman. You're picturing her in your house. You're picturing, you know, going and doing certain things with her. And then you're picturing having sex with her again. All that's happening in about 2 seconds or less. And after all that, you come to the conclusion and you say to yourself, I'm attracted to her. But that's not attraction, man. See, this is why a lot of our situations end up the way they do, man. It's because we're getting confused between lust and attraction. See, we'll meet these fine ass women, man, and just because they're fine as hell, we'll try to make everything else fit. We'll try to force it to work. But again, that's lust and not attraction. So you'll meet this woman, man, and you know, the first couple of years you'll be in that, you know, quote unquote honeymoon stage, man. Life will be good. She's fine as hell. You're dating for so long. You're getting married. You're married with children, house, the whole nine. And this can go on for several years. I mean, some people live their whole lives out like this, being with someone they're lusting, just because they're sexy, just because they're fine. But that's not what it is, man. That's not the way we need to go by things. And it took me a long time to really understand that. Now let's talk about attraction. Quick story. Back when I was in middle school, man, you're talking about 20 plus, 25, whatever years ago. Back when I was in middle school, man, there was this girl in my class, man. Her name was Adrian. Now, Adrian had a thing for me, man. But there was something about Adrian, she just never caught my eye. She just didn't do it for me. She was a cool girl. She wasn't unattractive by any means, but she just didn't do it for me, man. She was very quiet. She was a very thin girl, just soft-spoken. And, you know, and she just didn't have she just didn't have the bells and whistles, you know, like all the other girls, man. She wasn't wearing the tight pants and kind of showing a little skin and kind of loud, kind of attractive with the big ear, or whatever it is, you know. And Adrian's friends, man, would always, you know, come to him, hey, Adrian likes you, Adrian likes you. And I would just ignore it. Actually, Adrian and I, we only had, you know, small words, maybe just speaking in the hallway, right? But this is what happened, man. We went to a house party one night. I remember like it was yesterday, man. A friend of mine named Shunvisha. House party. Music was playing, man. You know, a lot of people were there, man. We had a good time. And one of Adrian's friends came over to me, man, and said, hey, Adrian wants to dance with you. And I'm like, you know, not now, man. I'm like, all these women here, man, like I'm not getting ready to entertain this, you know. So I said no. So they go back and tell Adrian, man. Next thing I know, Adrian goes in the back room in a bedroom. And her friends come and say, hey, you know what? She's crying. She's crying. Go and at least talk to her. So I'm like, all right, you know, I have a heart. I'm like, okay, I'll go talk to her, man, and make sure everything is good. So I go in there and I talk to her, man. And I don't know what we said. I mean, we weren't in there for maybe, but 30 seconds. And I asked her, I said, you know what? Let's go dance. Let's go dance. So we're walking out there dancing, man. I grab her hand. We're walking back to the living room where the party was, man. And I turn around and I grab her waist, right? And instantly, man, I fell in love with this girl. Instantly, she became the most beautiful person on the planet. And to this day, man, I still don't understand it. So that's what attraction is. Because going forward, man, and I'm telling you again, guys, I was in the 8th grade, so I was a kid. The whole time me and Adrian talked, man, I think we talked maybe for a year and a half. We had a solid bond like I never had before then, man. So that's what attraction is, man. You know, there was nothing about Adrian that drew me in physically, but there was something about her soul, about just who she was that literally attracted me to her that I can't really explain. So that's the thing about attraction, man. See, catching women is kind of like catching fish, right? If you want to catch minnows, use a net. If you want to catch bass or catfish, maybe you use a worm or whatever. If you want to catch whales or sharks, you use a harpoon. And it's no different when you want to catch women, guys. If you want to catch some ratchet-ass chick, go throw some 24s on your ride. If you want to catch one of those college-educated, independent women, go buy you some Tom Fords and throw you a Hermes belt on. But if you want to catch a unicorn, you got to fish with your third eye, guys. You have to fish with your third eye. So where are the unicorns at? I'll tell you where they are. Do you remember, man, back in grade school, man, when you used to go and take the hearing test once a year? You would walk in this little quiet room, man, and there would be a person there administering the test, and you would put the headphones on, and they would tell you that once you heard a noise to raise your hand to let you know they heard it. Right hand, left hand, right hand. So this person would start the test, right? So they would push a few buttons, and then they would look over at you. They would push a few more buttons, and they look over there at you again. Now, after so many times, you begin to start slowly hearing noises. So you would start raising your hand. But this is the thing, man. The whole time that they were hitting these buttons, there was a noise there. You just couldn't hear it. And the reason you couldn't hear it is because it was on a different frequency. And that's how it is, man, when you're looking for the upper echelon, the creme de la creme of women. You have to get on a different frequency. You have to raise your consciousness. You have to raise your awareness. You have to stop looking at women with your dick and start looking at women with your third eye. So to answer the question, where are the unicorns at? They're just like the Adrian Hamiltons of the world, man. They're all around us. So I've observed some interesting things, man, over the last 30, 45 days, man. I was walking in the trail the other day, man, doing a little hiking, man, and I was coming up on this older lady, man. She had to be in her 50s, maybe 60s, I don't know. And I was passing her, right? And she spoke. And I looked up, man, and this woman had almost doubled her time, man. She was walking right beside me. So we talked, man. We talked and walked, man, for about 30 minutes. And it was just like some good, solid conversation. Most of the time, she was telling me about her husband. Her husband was at the other end of the trail waiting on her. And it was just some deep conversation, man. And we got to the end of the trail. You know, she introduced me to her husband, and she shook my hand. I shook his hand, man. You know, we went our separate ways. You know, a week before that, man, I was at a grocery store, man. I was at Kroger's. And I'm shopping for, I think I was looking at ice creams. So this woman pulls up in her cart beside me, man. And she just started talking. Started talking about ice creams, man. We both had ice creams. And we just started talking about everything. Everything under the sun, man. And I know we sit there for at least 10 minutes. Because when we got done, she had to put her ice cream back and get another one because hers got soft. It had begun to melt. Now, the thing about these encounters, man, is that at no point in time was there any sexuality involved. At no point in time was there any, like, you know, let's exchange numbers, let's do this. There was just a pure attraction to another human being. Good conversation, just pure. For some reason, there is an attraction. And the thing, you know, this is the disconnect. The thing that we do, we try to combine attraction and sexuality when the two have absolutely nothing to do with each other. See, this is what you realize when you become aware. Sex is just a byproduct. What we've been doing, man, is making sex the main thing. Sex is just a byproduct of whatever else you and this female have going on. So, how do you catch a unicorn? How do you catch a unicorn? The problem with that would be in the exact question itself. See, you have to understand, guys, we're not human flirtings. We're not human charmings. We're not human chasings. That's what we've been doing. We're human beings. So if you want to catch the upper echelon of women, guys, all you have to do is be. See, women are caught, but unicorns are attracted. See, if you're out there chasing women, man, I promise you'll be chasing women, man, forever. But if you're out there just doing you, man, you'll see quality women, man, all over, man. Like I said, you can't catch a woman. I mean, you can't catch a unicorn, man. She has to be attracted. So the question you ask yourself, man, if you meet a woman, how do you know if she's a unicorn or not? The main question is, does she require bait? In other words, is she inquiring about your lifestyle, like what kind of car you drive, or where do you work, how much money you make, and blase, where do you live? She requires bait. If she requires certain things like, oh, well, I got to get my hair did and my nails done every week, and I need to be going out to eat at, whatever restaurant every so often. She requires bait. But if all this woman wants from you is your time, and she's into you just being you for no other reason, it's a good chance, man, you may have found a unicorn, guys. So, a very special person in my life, man. You know, we talk about all kinds of stuff, man. We talk about everything under the sun, man, including MGTOW issues, right? You know, and we'll go over, we'll talk about, the court system, the laws, child support, marriage, and she always, she's, you know what, I get it. I understand why men think this certain kind of way. But whenever she hears me say 95% of women ain't shit, man, it starts a whole nother line of conversation, man. And she's just like, I understand they women not being marriage material, but ain't shit. And I'd be like, let's think about it. Look at all the married women, that want to take more than their fair share from a marriage. Look at all the women on Backpage, man, that's putting a price on the pussy, man. Take the woman that her main objective, man, is to take money and resources from a man. That's something about 95% of them, man. And in all actuality, man, me saying they ain't shit is actually being nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about a woman that sits in a hotel room 24 hours a day and she's peddling pussy. Take a woman whose sole purpose is to extract resources from a man. In other words, she'll date a man, she'll marry a man, and live a long life, and her whole sole purpose throughout this relationship is to take as much as she can in hopes that this man either dies or in hopes he lives long enough to build wealth so she can divorce his ass and take half his shit. You know what I mean? Take the woman that's getting dick down this very second while her man is at work, trying to support her. Man, I'm telling you, to say ain't shit is an understatement. Proverbs 2:16, deliver from the strange woman whose house inclineth to death, and her paths unto the dead. Proverbs 5:5, but her end is bitter, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Man, it ain't that these women just ain't shit. Man, these women are dead. It's your boy Soul Immortal. And I'm out.